Coach, we're just a stone's throw from the Delaware River. We've got some water to contend with ourselves. A steady rain falling at Lincoln Financial Field. Just a short time ago, these Philly fans in full roar as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. Pyrotechnics ablaze. They're set to go as their Eagles will match up with Matthew Stafford and the Detroit Lions. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Set, lady. Tighten up. Go together. He's checking. Crash. 32.
On first down, it's Stafford. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Derek Barnett able to maneuver in for the sack.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13. A look at Kerryon Johnson, second-year man out of Auburn. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. Tackle made that time by Brandon Graham.
Get him, boy.
And this opening drive not going to plan. This is now 3rd and 13.
What's right? I know he ain't got it. White. 52, Mike, 52. Strip the ball.
A shotgun snap for Stafford. And he'll find Galladay. That's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. First down, Detroit. 16 yards on the pickup.
First down, Detroit.
Well, we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the number 1 receiver double covered, but how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a first down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
No room to be had there on the first down run as he's lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. The Pro Bowler Fletcher Cox there to get him down.
At the 38-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, Stafford. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Brandon Graham applying the heat off the edge. And, Charles, part of the reason they lost last week, they didn't have a single sack. Well, they changed that quickly.
But did they ever? And it was something they talked about with us extensively. They needed to get pressure. How were they going to get to the quarterback? Obviously, they schemed themselves into a great play, didn't they?
After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation. From the gun, here's Stafford. And the pressure gets to him again. Zach Brown making his presence felt in the backfield. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Man, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game. I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. Now a 2-time 1,000-yard rusher for the Bears. This is Jordan Howard. Howard has the first down and then some. He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. Touchdown, Philadelphia! Jordan Howard, his first touchdown of the new season. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
The Lions take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Alert 3, alert 20.
Stafford now to throw. He'll find a man over the middle. It's Galladay. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards, a first down.
Set 180. Hey, let's get this. Watch the safety creep. Hurry.
A first down carry here for Johnson. Malcolm Jenkins up to make the stop.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Set.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
It's outfield. It's outfield. Hey, it's our route. 10. 5-2 is the Mike 5-2.
Here's Stafford. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Operating from the gun, Stafford. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And here now the punter, Martin, booming this one away. With it is Jackson. Now a late flag comes in as they got him down via the face mask, and that'll give him even better starting position. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Carter, I love your description.
And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack. Christian Jones. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Out of the gun, this is Howard. He's able to get 4 back on the run, but now they'll have to find something here on 3rd and about 14.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
For the Lions, an extra DB in the game now here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Wentz. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Damon Harrison bringing in 341 pounds of power for the sack.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game watching this offensive line because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. They begin the drive with Johnson. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That time, the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now, depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold them.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense. Well, obviously, they would have at least liked to have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage. Instead, now, they're dealing with 2nd and long.
I thought they would have passed it after the penalty. Probably wish they would have now.
52 right here. Let him know, let him know. Let him know, let him know. Check 3. Check middle.
From the gun, it's a give to Anderson. And he'll take this one up to about the 13. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they're left with a 3rd and 8.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. He'll get this one to Galladay. It's a gain of 14 and a 1st down for Detroit.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Set. Go 20. Check 53 is mine. Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo. Let's make these babies cry all the way back home. Like 7.
On 1st and 10, Stafford. He finds a rookie from Iowa, T.J. Hockenson. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Check 3. 0. 70.
faking the give to Johnson. Now it's Stafford. And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked. Fletcher Cox in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Now Stafford. And he's going to go down again. Brandon Graham able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
I'm starting to wonder if this offensive line just simply doesn't like him. I mean, they've given up 6 sacks in this game. He's had nowhere to go, nowhere to run, and obviously nowhere to hide.
And all those sacks in the first half, this is just complete domination. 3rd down now, it's C.J. Anderson. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Well, they got off the field on 3rd down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments and usually only at halftime, but the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style.
Let's go. Let's go.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Go. Waiting.
On first, they go right back to Howard. The tackle there by Quandre Diggs.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Here we go, D. Here I come again. Here I come again. Here I come again. 51%.
Shotgun now for Wentz. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. Give him 6 on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
And the Lions going with an extra DB here on 3rd down.
Go!
Working from the gun, Wentz. And he connects with Ertz. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 32-yard line.
Eagles, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. A running play on 1st down, and it turns into a fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. The linebacker Ryan Shazier there to make the tackle.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the Lions.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
We want it. Come to my work. My 40.
Now Wentz. Jeffrey reels it in over the middle. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Eagles, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line.
Go. Hey, let's get that ball, D.
On first down, they run with Howard. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who could do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively.
I got one. Mike's 40. Mike's 40.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Wentz. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Nelson Aguilar. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And it's now 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. The loss of 3 on that first down pass play, now 2nd and 13. Stafford going to give this one off to Johnson. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. So we come upon halftime with our score 14-0. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
Let's go, tight end. Let's go right here now.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Wentz. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down.
A gain of 9.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. He can run for it, and he will. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. A gain of 8 on the keeper and a first down. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
On first down, it's Howard. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. This defense could use a few more plays like that right now.
It certainly could, but think about it from an offense's perspective right now. They've got a lead, but they don't want to throttle down too much and stall themselves. Still want to move at a nice pace.
Go. 120. 52, come on. Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, D.
They go with Howard again. And he's into the clear. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Jordan Howard with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
Elliott good on the extra point, and it's now 21-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start that.
And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Derek Barnett picks up his second sack of the afternoon. After the sack, here's 2nd and 11.
I got you, boy. I got you, boy. Drill right, 22.
Stafford. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
32. 57. Mike, 57.
On 3rd down, Stafford. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete. Nigel Bradham, the linebacker, right there on the coverage. Another drive comes and goes. Still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
A good kick, 49 yards, just 3 on the return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They had the double-digit lead at halftime, and they have continued to roll. They're hard to stop right now.
I think what we're seeing is an example of a team that has it figured out in this ball game. And whatever the adjustments are the defense has made, hasn't slowed them, hasn't phased them at all. They either anticipated them or they've been so far ahead that they just can't catch up.
Now it's just a search to add to the lead. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Watch the screen, watch the screen, watch the screen.
Again, it's Howard. 7 yards on the carry. Make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Done. 180. 40, 82, 40.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wentz. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Trey Flowers, the former Arkansas Razorback, in there to get him. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
At their own 17-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Hey, watch your leg.
On 2nd and 12, Stafford. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
Detroit.
Set. Get a lady. Get a lady.
On first down, Stafford here. He shakes him off. And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked. Brandon Graham able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
Second down.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Back to throw, Stafford. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end, Hockenson. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. Give him 22 yards, and that's also where they snapped it from, the 22.
And the Lions first down.
Ready. 280. 52 right here. 52. We got to get the ball, D. Get the ball right here. Let's go. Middle. 52. Right 52.
Now a first down throw. Stafford. Throw left side taken in by Galladay. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 12 more yards there and another first down. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. First down. Here's the run with Anderson. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
Alert flare. 10.
Play action. Stafford. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Second and 10 from the 33-yard line.
You ain't got nothing.
To throw again. Stafford. The grab made by Kearse over the middle. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Stafford now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's first and 10.
Switch gears. Double right. 57's Mike. Mike 57.
From the gun, Stafford. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Fletcher Cox, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Now Stafford. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Fletcher Cox make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation.
Let's go. Hey, let's get this. Hey, I said
Operating from the gun, Stafford. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Brandon Graham able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense, 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. The Lions go for it on 4th. It's Stafford throwing deep for Galladay. And this is going to be incomplete. The Lions turned away on 4th down. And the Eagles are going to take over in great field position. They'll run on 1st down. It's Howard. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
At the 50-yard line.
Go. 280. Right there. 40's Mike. Right here.
They'll keep it on the ground. Howard. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
We got to step it up. Wentz
now to throw. He may try and run for this. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. It'll be a gain of 9, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
I like this effort there. He got it done on his own. But let's face it, he puts defenses in a really stressful spot when he takes off and runs because a lot of guys have coverage responsibilities.
Good job of rallying, though, because I thought when he first took off, he might pick up the first down.
6-yard attempt.
And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is. Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the 4th quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, you know, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
If they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on 1st down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Here's Stafford. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Fletcher Cox make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Well, you don't usually get a sack from a nose tackle spot, but we got one there.
No, we don't, and a lot of the times in passing situations, they end up off the field anyway. So how happy was he to work his way back to the quarterback and put him on the ground? He's going to end up with a nickname after something like that, some Big Jelly or something like that.
Check it out, Reed.
3rd and long. It's Stafford. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Malcolm Jenkins. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They'll keep it on the ground. Howard. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll try to run for it with Howard. Now Howard stripped. He lost the football. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line.
In today's NFL, most teams don't have as many goals for the game like we used to have where you checked off your boxes. But 0 turnovers, that's a universal. And while it won't likely cost them in this game, they're going to regret the fact that they coughed one up here.
Yeah, their first blemish. They had mistake-free football prior. That's going to set them back 5 yards. The false start backs them up 5, 1st and 15. Stafford. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Derek Barnett able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. To throw is Stafford. And the pressure gets to him again. Brandon Graham in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
So, Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation. The shotgun snap for Stafford. He's going to let it fly. And it's incomplete. Both players had a shot at that one. Neither can get it, and it brings up 4th down. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
They've gone to the 4th quarter now in Dallas. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. A win would be their first of the young season. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point, as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show. We got a plane to catch.
So it's a victory here for the Philadelphia Eagles, and this was truly a total team effort, Charles, on both sides of the ball.
Well, they absolutely pitched a shutout, so it can't get much better than that, right? The defense led the way, but the offense did their part as well. They moved the ball up and down the field, so you've got to like what you saw. What do they call that? A total team effort? I think when it's time to hand out game balls, guys from both sides will end up getting one.
So for Philadelphia, they get back in the win column as they move to 2-1 now on the year. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Green Bay Packers. Meanwhile, for the Lions, the early struggles continue as they'll sink to 0-3. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.